Hello students, till now we have seen so many things in the topic of refraction. Am I right? So in this session, we are going to see the numerical problems which is based on Snell's law, relative refractive index, absolute refractive index and so many things. Isn't it? Okay. In the same manner, I have given lots of numericals in worksheet. Isn't it? So if you listen these all numericals carefully, you can solve the numericals. Okay, numericals which is given in your worksheet. Isn't it? Yes. So these all numericals which is based on Snell's law. Okay, Snell's law, relative refractive index, then absolute refractive index. Isn't it? So we will see. So one by one. Okay. Even so along with that, I have given some board question paper also, previously board question paper also. Okay, actually it will be very helpful for you. Utilize that. Okay, so we will see one by one. The first question. A light ray is incident on a rectangular. So rectangular glass slab, at an angle of 60 degree. Okay. So what is the angle? What is the angle between the ray coming out of the slab and the normal to the face of rectangular slab from which it comes out. Okay, so this is first numerical. So look at here. What is the question? A light ray is incident. Okay, a light ray is incident on rectangular glass slab at an angle of 60 degree. What is the angle? At an angle of 60 degree. What is the angle between? Okay, so what is the angle between ray coming out of the slab and the normal? Okay, and the normal to the face of rectangular slab from which it comes out. Isn't it? Yes. Okay. Solution. First, okay, so I am going to draw here. We have a very small space. Listen here. Consider one rectangular glass slab. Okay, consider one rectangular glass slab. Isn't it? This is rectangular glass slab. Okay, so give name for the corner of the glass slab. This is A, B, C, D. Isn't it the corner of the glass slab? A, B, C, D. Isn't it? Yes. A light ray which fall on the boundary of the glass slab obliquely. Isn't it? Yes, this light ray. Okay, a light ray that falls obliquely on the surface of the glass slab. Okay, at this point. Wait, alright, yes. What is this? Actually, this is point of incidence. Alright, so this is point of incidence. So draw one normal along with this point of incidence. Yes. Draw normal along with this point of incidence. Isn't it? Yes. So this point of incidence O, and this is the light ray, that is A. So AO is what is that? AO is the incident ray. Alright? AO is the incident ray. Yes. Normal, this is N dash. Normal, what is normal, sir? Already we know what is normal. Normal means nothing but that is perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular line to the surface of the glass slab. Isn't it? Yes. This means 90 degree angle. That is normal. Isn't it? Yes. A light ray that falls obliquely on the surface of the glass slab at Isn't it? This is point of incident. So what is the next move? Next move, this incident ray, okay, incident AO has to travel, okay, has to travel into glass slab. Isn't it? Yes. So this is R medium. This is glass medium. And here this is glass medium. So this incident ray has to travel into glass because glass also one of the transparent medium. Am I right? Yes. So air is optically rarer medium, then glass is optically denser medium. So when light goes from optically rarer medium to denser mediums, what will happen? The refracted ray move towards the normal, which means closer to the normal, like this. Am I right? Yes. What is this ray? This is refracted ray. So listen here. So this normal and incident ray make some angle. Make some angle. What is that? That is angle of incident. What is that? Angle of incidence side. So I is what is that? I angle of incidence. Okay, I is the angle of incident, isn't it? Yes. Look at here. Here this normal and this refracted ray make some angle. What is that? That is angle of refraction, isn't it? This is R. Denoted with letter R1. Okay, R1 consider R1. Okay, because another we have R1 refracted ray. Okay, so this is R1. What is R1? That is angle of refraction. Angle of refraction. Isn't it? Yes, look at here. So this refracted ray that falls on the surface of the glass slab inside. Okay, inside. Okay, this refracted ray that falls on the surface of the glass slab inside, isn't it? So this is point of incidence. This is point of incidence. So draw a normal along with this point of incidence like this. This is normal, which means 90 degree angle. Yes. Listen here. So this normal and this refracted ray, okay, make some angle. What is that? That is also angle of refraction. Angle of refraction. This is denoted with the letter R2. Okay, this is also angle of refraction. That is also angle of refraction. Isn't it? Yes. Look at it. This is R1. This is R2. Now this light ray. Okay, now the light ray that falls on the surface of the glass slab inside. What is the next move? What is the next move? This incident ray has to what? Come out. Isn't it? This incident ray has to come out because air around it. Okay, air around it. Isn't it? Yes. So air also one of the transparent medium. Isn't it? Yes. So here light goes from glass into air. Okay, because air outside, light goes from air into air. Glass into air. So glass is optically denser medium, whereas air is optically rarer medium. Isn't it? Yes. So when light goes from optically denser medium into rarer medium, what will happen? Okay, the refracted move away from the normal like this. Alright, the refracted move away from the normal. Isn't it? Yes. Actually, what is this ray? This ray is called, what is that? Emergent ray. This is emergent ray. Okay, this is not a refracted ray. Okay, the light ray that is comes out from glass slab, that is emergent ray. Isn't it? It's not a refracted ray. That is emergent ray. So this emergent ray and this normal make some angle. What is that? That is angle of emergence. Yes. That is angle of emergence denoted by the letter E. Denoted by the letter E. So E is what is that? Angle of emergence. Isn't it angle of emergence? Look at here. What is the question? What is the question? A light ray is incident on a rectangular glass slab at an angle of 60 degree. At an angle of 60 degree. Okay, here the light ray that falls on the boundary of the glass slab at 60 degree. What is the angle? 60 degree. Isn't it? Yes. The angle between, what is the angle between, what is the angle between the ray coming out? Which ray? This ray, emergent ray. What is the angle between the ray coming out of this slab and the normal? Okay, to the normal. That is the question. So we have to find out this one. Which one? We have to find out this angle of emergence. Isn't it? Angle of emergence. Okay. So already we know. already know, sir. This angle of incidence that is equal to angle of emergence. Alright, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. So we know the angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent. Alright? Yes. Here also we know this angle of refraction. The first this angle of refraction 1 that is equal to angle of refraction 2. Am I right? So R1, okay, angle of refraction 1 that is equal to angle of refraction 2. Isn't it? Very simple. So this angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent. Already we know that. Already we have seen in the topic of refraction. Next one, refraction through glass slab. Next one, this angle of refraction 1 that is equal to angle of refraction 2. Isn't it? Yes. So if we know this angle of incident, we can easily calculate what is it? Angle of emergent. Am I right? So if we know this angle of incident, we can easily calculate angle of emergent, because angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent. Okay. So what is the angle of incidence, sir? That is next question. What is the angle of incident? Look at here. The question is what is that? The light ray is incident on rectangular glass slab at an angle of 60 degree. Okay, mark this. At an angle of 60 degree. Do you think that is angle of incident? Do you think that is angle of incident? Which means 60 degrees angle of incident? No, that is not angle of incident. Look at here. A light ray is incident on a glass slab at an angle of 60 degree. Which means the angle between the boundary of the glass slab and the incident ray, that is 60 degree. Isn't it? That is 60 degree. So not the angle between normal and this incident ray. Isn't it? So what is 60 degree here? 60 degree means nothing but this is 60 degree. Okay, the angle between this boundary of the, which means surface of the glass slab, okay, and the incident ray, that is 60 degree. But what is angle of incident? The angle between this normal and the incident ray, that is angle of incident. So we don't know. So we don't know the angle of incidence. We have to calculate the angle of incidence. Isn't it? Yes. How can we calculate the angle of incidence? Okay. So already we know this one. 60 degree. What is 60 degree? The angle between surface of the glass slab and the incident ray, that is 60 degree. Okay. So overall degree how much? Overall degree 90 degree. So if we subtract the 60 degree from this 90 degree, which means normal, we can get angle of incidence. Am I right? Yes, that is easy one. So I am going to write here. Okay, listen here. So I am going to write here. Okay, don't get confusion. This is question. This is first one. The first part. This is second part. You don't get confusion. Okay, listen here. So angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. Okay, which means we know this value. We know. Okay, so we need to calculate the angle of. Okay, we need to calculate the angle between this normal and this incident ray. But instead of that, we know what value? The angle between the surface of the glass slab and the incident ray, that is 60 degree. So if you minus this 60 degree from this overall 90 degree, we can get angle of incidence. Alright? Yes. So the angle of incidence is equal to 90 degree. What is 90 degree? 90 degree is normal. Okay, it's normal, that is 90 degree. Alright? So minus 60 degree, we know this value. Am I right? So we know the angle between surface of the glass slab and the incident ray, 60 degree already we know. Okay, so 60 degree. So if we subtract both, we can get what value? The angle between the incident ray and this normal, which means angle of incident. Am I right? Yes. So what is the value? The angle of incident, that is 30 degree. Okay, angle of incidence. Angle of incidence, you know the letter I. I, that is equal to how much? Angle of incidence, that is equal to how much? 30 degree. Isn't it? It's a very easy one. Okay, already we know this angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Alright. So if the angle of incidence is 30 degree, so what will be the angle of emergence? That is also 30 degree, isn't it? So already we know the angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Okay, angle of incident is equal to angle of emergent, due to which the angle of emergent value will be 30 degree. Okay, isn't it? Yes, the angle of emergent, that is equal to 30 degree. Isn't it? Angle of emergent value how much? That is 30 degree. Okay, so listen here, what is the question? What is the angle between the ray coming out of the slab? Which ray coming out? Emergent ray, that is coming out of the slab, glass slab. Okay, and the normal to the face of the rectangle. Okay, this is normal. Okay, it's normal. So what is the angle between this emergent ray, this normal? That is 30 degree. Because this incident ray, the incident angle is equal to angle of emergent, which means emergent angle. So if the incident angle value is 30 degree, what about the angle of emergent? That is also 30 degree. Isn't it? Yes. This is the first question. Okay. So next question I think here, why the angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent? What is the reason? Okay, look at here. What is this? AO is an incident ray. Consider so OB. So consider this is B. OB is this is refracted ray which is passes. Okay, that is passes inside the glass, isn't it? Yes. Next one consider this is C. BC is the emergent ray. Am I right? BC is the emergent ray. So AO that is incident ray, BC that is emergent ray. Am I right? Yes. Look at here. See first part, this part. This incident ray, the incident ray that is travels. Okay, that is travels in what medium? Only air medium. Am I right? The incident ray AO that travels in the medium of air. Am I right? So what is the speed of light in air? That is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Okay, the speed of light in air is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Am I right? Look at here. Come to here. Come to this emergent ray. This emergent ray BC. This emergent ray BC also travels in what medium? Same air medium. Am I right? But phase is different. But even the phase is different, this emergent ray BC travels in what medium? Air medium. Am I right? So what is the speed of light in air? The same 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Isn't it? So listen here. So this incident ray AO and emergent ray BC both are traveling in what medium? Only air medium. So in air medium the light speed 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, due to which this angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent. Isn't it? Because both incident ray and emergent ray travel in same medium, that is what medium? That is air medium. Okay, so in air medium the light speed that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, so here this normal and emergent ray makes some angle. This normal and this incident ray makes some angle. So this both angle same. Isn't it? Both angle will be same because this both light ray. Okay, so both light rays travels in same medium. That is the reason why angle of incident that is equal to angle of emergent. Isn't it? Very simple. So this is first numerical that is based on refraction through glass slab, rectangular glass slab. Isn't it? Yes. We will see next one. Okay, second numerical. Look at here. calculate the angle of incidence of light ray incidence on surface of plastic slab. Surface of plastic slab of refractive index √3. Refractive index value how much? √3. Yes. So if the angle of refraction is 30 degree. If the angle of refraction is 30 degree. Isn't it? Look at here. First, what is the question? Calculate the angle of incidence. Okay, we have to calculate what? Angle of incidence. Yes. Of light ray incident on the surface of the plastic slab. Even some plastic also act as a transparent medium, isn't it? Yes. The plastic slab of refractive index, how much? Refractive index, that is √3. Refractive index value how much? √3, isn't it? So if the angle of refraction is how much? 30 degree. Okay, so what are the values we know? Look at here. Refractive index we know, that is equal to √3. Next one, angle of refraction we know, that is 30 degree angle. So what we have to calculate? Angle of incidence. Here, what can we do? Which one we should take that? Okay, here we can take what? That Snell's law. Am I right? What is Snell's law, sir? That is question. What is Snell's law? Snell's law means nothing but n that is equal to sin A divided by sin R. What is the meaning? N means what is that? That is refractive index. Am I right? Refractive index. So refractive index, that is equal to the ratio of sin of angle of incidence to sin of angle of refraction. That is Snell's law, isn't it? So here we are going to take Snell's law. Okay, solution. Okay, Snell's law. Okay, according to Snell's law, n that is equal to, what is n? Refractive index. Yes. Sin I divided by sin R. Alright, sin I divided by sin R. What is I? I is a angle of incidence. Alright, then R is angle of refraction, isn't it? So then we know refractive index, which means n value we know. Then we know angle of refraction, which means R value we know. Then what value we have to calculate? I value, which means angle of incidence, we have to calculate, isn't it? Yes. So n value how much? N that is equal to √3. Okay, so √3 value that is 1.73. Okay, mathematically √3 value 1.73. How much? 1.73, that is √3 value. Next one, this R value. R value how much? R value is 30 degree. Okay, substitute both the value in Snell's law. So n value how much? So according to Snell's law, n that is equal to sin A divided by sin R, isn't it? Yes. N value how much? √3. N value √3 that is equal to sin A divided by sin R value how much? Refractive, this angle of refraction 30 degree, isn't it? So we don't know I value, we have to calculate that. Okay? Yes. So what is √3 value? Here √3 value 1.73. Substitute this value here. 1.73 that is equal to sin I divided by, what is sin 30 degree value? Sin 30 degree value that is equal to 0.50. Okay, 0.50. That is that is sine 30 degree value, isn't it? Yes. Substitute this value here, so we can get 0.50. Am I right? So we need this value, which means angle of incident. So when this term comes, this will happen. This division changes into multiplication. Yes. So we can get 1.73 into 0.50. That is equal to sin I. That is equal to sin I. Okay. You further multiply both. So 173 into 5. Okay, so that is equal to how much? Sin I, that is equal to 0.865. How much? 0.865. Isn't it? Yes, this is multiplication of these two quantities value 0.865. Okay, so we need only I value. Okay, we need only I value. So I, that is equal to, when the sign goes that side, what will happen? This changes into sin inverse. Sin inverse 0.865. How much? 0.865. Isn't it? Yes. So you know this value. So here sin I, this sin inverse of 0.865, that is equal to 60 degree angle. How much? That is equal to 60 degree angle. Why? Because isn't here? Why? Because here this sin 60 degree, that is equal to root 3 by 2. Sin 60 degree, that is equal to root 3. Okay, here what is the root 3 value? Already the root 3 value is 1.73 divided by 2. Okay, if we further divide, we can get that is equal to 0.865. How much? 0.865 value. So that is equal to 60 degree angle. What is the angle? The angle of incident, that is equal to 60 degree. Isn't it? Again, students are in this sin A divided by sin R. So we know this refractive index value. Then we know the refraction, angle of refraction. So we need to calculate this angle of incident. Isn't it? Yes. The refractive index value root 3 mathematical value. Okay, that is 1.73. Next one, the sin 30 degree value is 0.50 or 0.5. Okay, if you divide further, so we can get the I value. Okay, I value is equal to 60 degree. Isn't it? So 60 degree value is equal to root 3 by divided by 2. Already we know root 3 value, that is equal to 1.70. Further divide both, we can get this value. Which value? 0.865. That is equal what is that? 60 degree angle. Isn't it? Yes, sir. So this is second type of numerical. That is based on Snell's law. Okay? Yes. Next we will see third numerical. So next third numerical. The refractive index of water with respect to air is 1.33. How much? 1.33. Yes. What is the value of refractive index of air with respect to water? Okay, so next question, look at here. The refractive index of water Water with respect to what? With respect to air, that is 1.33. 1.33. Isn't it? What is the value of refractive index of air with respect to water? Okay, air with respect to water, what is the value? Solution. Okay, listen here. Refractive index of water with respect to air. Okay, which medium brings light? Which medium brings light? Water medium brings light. Light that is comes from air. Isn't it? Yes, I'm going to draw the diagram. Look at here. So this is air medium. This is water medium. This is air medium. This is water medium. So this is medium number 1. Medium number 1. This is medium number 2. Okay, air medium number 1, water medium number 2. Isn't it? Here, light that is comes from where? Air into water. Isn't it? Yes. Light that is coming from air. Okay, that falls on the surface of the water. Okay, obliquely. Then what will happen? Then that has to travel into other medium, which means water medium. Isn't it? So this is point of incidence. Draw along this point of incidence. Point of incidence. Isn't it? Here. So when light goes from one medium to the air medium, what will happen? This refracted ray move towards the normal like this. Towards the normal. Isn't it? Yes. Now the speed of light in air medium, which means medium 1, that is v1. Alright? The speed of light in medium 1, which means what medium? Air medium, that is v1. Speed of light in medium 2, which means what medium? Water medium, that is v2. Alright? This v2. Keep this concept very simple. Okay? Consider two medium. First medium air medium, second medium water medium. Here light goes from air medium into water medium. Air medium into water medium. Isn't it? Yes. So first medium air. Okay. In light speed, the first medium air, that is v1. In light speed, second medium water, that is v2. And is that v2. Here which medium brings the light? Which medium brings the water medium brings the light? Light that is comes from medium 1, which means air medium. Then that enters into second medium. So water medium only brings the light. Am I right? Water medium brings the light. Isn't it? So refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So whatever the medium, that medium number or first letter that is written in first one. Next one, the light from where it is coming. Okay, here light is coming from first medium. That medium letter or number that is written in second one. Isn't it? So refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, that is equal to what? v1 divided by v2. Am I right? v1 divided by v2. Okay. Consider this first equation. Consider that is first equation. Okay? Yes. Now come to here. Consider again same medium. This is air medium. This is medium number 1. This is water medium number 2. Medium number 2. Listen here, what is the question? Listen, read carefully. Refractive index of water with respect to air. Okay, which means what medium brings the light? What medium brings the light? Water medium brings the light that is coming from air. Second medium, this is benzene light. Okay, here light comes from first medium to second medium. Am I right? First medium to second medium. Now comes to second one. What is the value of refractive index of air with respect to water? So light which goes from where to where? Light goes from water into air. Okay, listen here, listen carefully. In first case, light goes from air into water. But in second case, light goes from water into air. Am I right? Water into air. Listen here. So this is incident ray. What is this? This is incident ray. Okay, the light ray that goes from water into air. Okay, water into air. This is point of incident. Draw normal along the point of incident. So this is optically denser medium. This is optically air. What is optically denser? Air is optically air. So when light goes from denser medium to air, what will happen? The speed will increase. So refracted ray move away from the normal. Isn't it? Refracted ray move away from the normal like this. Okay. So listen here. So this speed of light in medium 1, this is v1. Okay, speed of light in first medium. What first medium? Okay, here first medium air. Second medium, water. So speed of light in second medium, which means water medium, that is V2. Isn't it? That is V2. Here, which medium bends light? Which medium bends light? First medium bends light, which is R medium bends light. So refractive index of medium 1 with respect to light that is coming from 2. With respect to 2, which is equal to what is that? V2 divided by V1. Am I right? V2 divided by V1. This is equation 2. This is it. That is equation 2. Very simple. So we further multiply equation 1 and 2. Multiply equation 1 and 2. What is equation 1? That is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, that is equal to V1. Sorry. Refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 into refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 1, that is equal to V1 divided by V2 into V2 divided by V1. So V1 divided by V2 into V2 divided by V1. Alright. So this V1 cancel. V2 cancel. So we can get N21 into N refractive index of 1, 2, that is equal to 1. Isn't it? It is equal to refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 into refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, that is equal to 1. Isn't it? It is equal to 1. Suppose if we need this value, if we need refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, what will happen? Refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 that is equal to 1 divided by N12. Okay, which means this term, when this term comes, this is what will happen. This multiplication changes into division. Alright? Yes, like this. Like this. Suppose if we need this value, okay, if we need this value, what value refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2? 1, 2 that is equal to 1 divided by, when this term comes, this what will happen? This multiplication also changes into division. Divided by 1 to 1. That is. Isn't it? You keep this two formula in your mind. You store two formula in your mind. This is very important formula. Isn't it? So listen here. What is the question? Water, the refractive index of water with respect to R, that is 1.33. Okay, so look at, listen here. Remember right here. Remember right here. You follow this because there is no space. Look at here. So this is refractive index of water with respect to R. That is equal to how much? 1.33. Am I right? 1.33. What is the question? What we have to calculate? What is the refractive index of R? So refractive index of R with respect to water. With respect to water, what is that? That is question. Isn't it? That is very big question. Look at here. Listen here. The refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, that is equal to, what is this? 1 divided by, okay, which means reciprocal law. Okay, inversely proportional law. What is that? Refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 1. Okay, medium 2. Listen here. Refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, that is equal to reciprocal of refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Okay, you apply the same formula here. You apply the same formula here. Okay, because look at here. We know refractive index of water with respect to air. But what is the question? Calculate the refractive index of air with respect to water. That is ulta. Am I right? That is ulta. So if you use this formula, so what will happen? So refractive index of air with respect to water, that is equal to reciprocal of refractive index of, you change this one, interchange that medium, refractive index of water with respect to air. Am I right? Can you write that? Yes, we can write that. Refractive index of water with respect to air. Okay, according to this formula, according to this relative, okay, it's relative refractive index formula, we can write like that. Okay, yes. So we know that value, refractive index of water with respect to air, we know that already because that is equal to 1.33. You substitute here, so which is equal to divided 1 divided by 1.33. 1 divided by 1.33. You further divide them. You both them multiply with 100. Am I right? You both them multiply with 100. Yes, you can get one number. So we can get 100 divided by 133. Am I right? We can get 100 divided by 133. So here this is that is equal to 0. Okay, this is the smallest number. Put one dot and add one 0. Okay, 7 into 133, that is equal to 931. Okay, 931. Okay, so remaining how much? 69. 69, again add one 0. Then 133 into 5. So 5 into 133, that is equal to 605. Okay, which means 605. Okay, so that is equal to, this is equal to refractive index of air with respect to water, that is equal to 0.75. That is equal to how much? 0.75. See, don't get confusion. You apply this formula. This is a relative refractive index formula here. That is ulta. You just interchange that. You interchange the two medium. Okay, we can get this answer. Here, we need to calculate the refractive index of air with respect to water. Okay, so this is the refractive index of air with respect to water, that is equal to reciprocal of refractive index of water with respect to air. You interchange the two medium, that is ulta, isn't it? So we can get 1 divided by 1.33 because already we know this value 1.33. Okay, we both them multiply with 100, we can get one number 100 divided by 133. You further divide 100 divided by 133, we can get the value of 0.75. So the refractive index of air with respect to water is equal to 0.75, isn't it? So this is one type of numerical, isn't it? Yes. Next we will see fourth numerical. We will see numericals number 4. Okay. So next, numerical 4. So if the speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, find the absolute refractive index. Find the absolute refractive index of a medium in which light travels with a speed of 1.4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So what is the question? Listen here. If the speed of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, yes, find the absolute refractive index. Find the absolute refractive index of a medium in which light travels with the speed of, okay, in that medium the light travels with the speed of how much? 1.4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So what we need to calculate? So okay, we need to calculate the absolute refractive index. Am I right? Absolute refractive index is the solution. What is absolute refractive index? Yes, absolute refractive index Okay, absolute refractive index, that is equal to what? The ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in that medium. What medium? Any medium, any particular medium. Here, that medium name is not given. Okay, you just mention medium. Okay, you commonly mention medium only, isn't it? Yes. So absolute refractive index is equal to speed of light. Speed of light in vacuum. Speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in that medium. In that medium. Isn't it? Yes. So we can write refractive index is n, small n, that is equal to speed of light in vacuum denoted by letter C. C. Then speed of light in that any medium, particular medium, that is B. So we can write C by D. Am I right? We can write C by D. Okay. So what is the C value? Okay, C value, which means speed of light in vacuum, that is equal to C value, that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. C value. That is what B value. B means what is that? Speed of light in that medium, particular medium. What is that? That is 1.4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So B, that is equal to 1.4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. Isn't it? Yes. Now you find out the refractive index, which means what? Different absolute refractive index. Isn't it? Yes. So absolute refractive index is equal to what? C value. Okay, which medium means light? Which medium means light? That medium name is not given. You just mention M, which means medium. So absolute refractive index of medium. Okay, M means that medium. With respect to what? With respect to R, and we should not mention that. Okay, we should not mention only absolute refractive index. So N is equal to C value how much? C 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second divided by B value. B means the speed of light in that medium. 1.4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. Isn't it? Yes. So 10 power 8, 10 power 8 cancel. Meter per second cancel. Okay, further we can get refractive index of the medium, that is equal to 3 divided by 1.4. How much? 3 divided by 1.4. You further divide with 100 10, both them multiple with 10, you can get 30 divided by 14. Again you further divide 2, 28, 140, 5, that is equal to 56. So that is equal to, okay, 30 divided by 14, that is equal to 2.15. So refractive index of that medium is equal to 2.15. Sorry, 2.14. 2.14. So refractive index. So absolute refractive index of that medium. Okay, that medium equal to 2.14. Isn't it? How much? 2.14. What is that meaning, sir? What is meaning? Already we know what is absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index is nothing but when light goes from vacuum or air into other medium. Okay, when light goes from vacuum or air into other medium, then the refractive index value. Okay, here there will be speed changes. Okay, there will be speed changes. So then the refractive index value is known as absolute refractive index. In absolute refractive index, light must go from vacuum into other medium. The other mediums, whatever it is. So here, when light goes from vacuum into other medium, okay, that medium, light speed decreases 2.14 times. How much? 2.14 times. Compare than vacuum. That is a meaning, isn't it? That is a meaning. You don't get confusion. Okay, very easy. This is one type of model. Next one. Next we'll see fifth sum. what is that? Fifth numerical. So if absolute refractive index, indices, plural, indices of glass and water are 3/2 and 4/3 respectively. If the speed of light in glass is 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, calculate the speed of light in first one vacuum, second one water. Okay, listen. Actually, this is board question paper. This question asked in 2005 and 2006. This is a board question paper. 2005 and 2015 and 2016. Isn't it? This is board question paper for 2015 and 2016. Isn't it? Yes. This is very important question. Very important 5-mark question. Okay, you listen carefully here. Okay. So listen. What is the question, sir? What is the question? If absolute refractive indices means because of plural. Okay. Indices of glass and water. Okay. What is that? 3/2 and 4/3. Okay. Absolute refractive index of glass. Okay. With respect to what? With respect to vacuum. That is 3/2. Absolute refractive index of water with respect to what? With respect to vacuum, that is 4/3. Isn't it? So if the speed of light in glass 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Okay. Then find out the speed of light in vacuum and water. Isn't it? It's a very important question. You listen carefully. Okay. Solution here. How many mediums are there? 2 mediums are there. Glass one, water one. Isn't it? This is absolute refractive index. In absolute refractive index, light must go from where to where? Light must go from vacuum or air into other medium. Am I right? Because this is absolute refractive index. So here, light that goes from vacuum into glass first. Second, light goes from air, which means vacuum into water. Isn't it? So that is question. Okay, so when light goes from vacuum into glass, the refractive index 3/2. When light goes from air into water, the refractive index 4/3. Isn't it? This is 4/3 and 4/3. Now you calculate the speed of light in vacuum and speed of light in water. Isn't it? Yes. So I am going to draw the diagram. Isn't it here? This is air medium. Okay, it's in absolute refractive index. First medium should be only vacuum. Isn't it? So the first medium, what is that? This air or vacuum, both are same meaning here. Okay, next one. Okay, light goes from air into first medium glass. This is glass. That is glass. So light falls on the surface of the glass obliquely. This point of incident, round on this point of incident. Okay, then refracted ray move towards the arc like this. Isn't it? Yes. Now refractive index how much? This is 3/2. Okay, so when light goes from air into glass, speed decreases. Okay, how much time? That is equal to 3/2. So in this situation, you find out the speed of the light in vacuum. Okay, so this first one for to find speed of light. In vacuum is very important. First, I am going to calculate the speed of light in vacuum. Isn't it? Yes. So according to absolute refractive index, what is the formula? So n that is equal to c C by V. Am I right? L is equal to C by V. What is C and what is V? Okay, C means nothing but speed of light in vacuum. V is speed of light in that medium. What medium? The glass medium. So absolute refractive index, that is equal to speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in that medium. What medium? Here glass medium. So speed of light in glass. Isn't it? Very simple, isn't it? Okay. Here speed of light in vacuum denoted, let us see. Alright, this is common. That is common. There is no change. The speed of light in glass, that is equal to what? B. Okay, that medium B. Here what medium? Glass. So Bg. So we can write Bg. Bg, isn't it? Yes. So here, absolute refractive index. Which medium bends light? Glass medium bends light. So refractive index of glass. Alright? So refractive index of glass with respect to R. We should not mention that. Isn't it? We should not mention that. That is equal to what is that? C divided by Vg. What is C? C means nothing but speed of light in vacuum. Then Vg, speed of light in glass. Isn't it? Here, what are the values we know? Look at here. What are the values we know? The absolute refractive index we know. Okay, so refractive index of absolute refractive index of glass, that is 3 by 2. Am I right? So here, I'll write here. Absolute refractive index of glass with respect to R, that is equal to 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Am I right? Next one, the speed of light in glass. Okay, speed of light, this means Vg. Speed of light in glass, that is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So what are the values we know? That all values has given in what is that? In question, isn't it? The refractive index of glass with respect to water, with respect to R, 3 by 2. Next refractive index, speed of light in glass, that is 2 into 10 to the power of 10.8 meter per second. Isn't it? Here, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate speed of light in vacuum, which means C value. We need to calculate C value, not other value, only C value. Okay, so we know this refractive index of glass, then we know the speed of light in glass. Then substitute two values, we can get C value, very simple. Okay, so what is the refractive index of glass? 3 by 2, that is equal to C value. C value we have to calculate. So C, that is divided by, then speed of light in glass, that is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. Okay, we need to calculate C value, which means speed of light in vacuum. Isn't it? Speed of light in vacuum. So when this one comes out of the pan, this division changes into multiplication. So 3 by 2 into 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. That is equal to C. That is equal to C, which means speed of light in vacuum. So here 2 cancel. 2 cancel. So we can get C, that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So speed of light how much? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Isn't it? Yes, very simple. Next one, listen here. Okay, remaining, I'll write it here. Okay, you listen here. First, we have calculated what is the speed of light in vacuum. Next, we calculate speed of light in water. So, second one, to calculate speed of light in water. Calculate speed of light in water. Here light goes from where to where? Okay, here light goes from vacuum into water because it's absolute refractive index. In the absolute refractive index, light always goes from vacuum into other medium. Other medium what is here? Other medium water. Isn't it? Yes. Here light goes from what? Air into water. Isn't it? Which medium emits light? Water medium emits light. So refractive index of water with respect to air, that is equal to C by speed of light in water. Okay, like first case, like this case, I have written like that. You don't get confusion, isn't it? You don't get confusion. Here, okay, instead of this, what I need to write there. Absolute refractive index is equal to speed of light in vacuum, that is common, divided by speed of light in glass. Here in first case, but in second case, instead of glass, I need to write there what? Water. Okay, so speed of light in vacuum is equal to speed of light. Speed of light in what is that? That is water. Okay, I have written in symbol. Isn't it? Yes. So what is NW? Refractive index of water. Because in second case light goes from air into water. Okay, water medium is in light. So that is written first. Next one that is equal to speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in that medium. What medium? That is water medium. Isn't it? Yes. Yes. So now what is the value of refractive index of water with respect to air? Listen here. So there is answer. So absolute refractive index of water with respect to air, how much? This is 4 by 3. How much? That is 4 by 3. So NW that is equal to 4 by 3. Alright, NW that is equal to 4 by 3. Then C value, that's why we have calculated C value that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So C that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Here what we need to calculate? We have to calculate speed of light in water. Okay, already we calculated that. Next we should calculate water. Isn't it? Speed of light in water. So NW that is NW value how much? Now show these two values in this formula. Here refractive index of water that is equal to how much? 4 by 3. That is equal to C value 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second divided by BW, which is speed of light in water. We don't know, we have to calculate. So BW. So when this term comes, this is what will happen. This division is into multiplication. Yes. 4 by 3 into BW, which is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. We need to this value. We need to calculate this value only BW, which means speed of light in water. So when this term comes, this will happen. This multiplication changes into division as well as this denominator goes numerator. Alright. So BW is equal to 3 divided by 4 into 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per seconds. Isn't it? So we can get 9 by 4 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Okay, further divide 9 by 4. 2 into 4, 8, remaining 1. 2, 8. This is equal to 2.25. So listen here, the speed of light in water is equal to 2.25 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. 2.25 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So speed of light in water, how much? 2 into 2.5. So sorry, 2.25 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So that is the speed of light in water. Okay, so in first case, the speed of light in vacuum that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. In second case, speed of light in water that is 2.25 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Isn't it? So this is very important 5-mark question. Okay, so actually in most of the board exams, okay, this question has been asked. Isn't it? You give more important for this question. It's a very important 5-mark question. Okay, whatever the question you take, there will be this question. Okay, in every board question, in every board question paper, this question has been asked. Isn't it? It's very useful. Okay, yes. This is one type of method. This is based on absolute refractive index. Next, we will see another one method. Okay. This question I have asked in worksheets. Okay, we further refer that. So 2 more questions left. So 6th question. The refractive index of diamond. The refractive index of diamond is 2.42. So what is meant by this? By this statement? Listen here. This is a very important question. This question asked in board 2013. 2013. This question has been asked, isn't it? Yes, this is board question. Board question is very, very important question. Listen here. What is the question? The refractive index of diamond. The refractive index of diamond is 2.42. Yes. What is meant by this statement? What is meant by this statement? Okay. So already we know when light goes from one medium to another medium, its speed changes. Okay, it can be increases or decreases. Okay, so when light goes from one medium to another medium, speed changes. Here when light goes from air into one medium, when light goes from air into diamond medium, when light goes from air into diamond medium, speed what will happen? Speed decreases because diamond is a denser medium, air is a rarer medium. So when light goes from say artificially rarer medium to denser medium, what will happen? The speed decreases. Okay, how many times speed decreases? 2.42 times speed decreases, isn't it? So I am going to draw this diagram. Listen here. So this is R medium, this is diamond medium. R medium, this is diamond medium. So R is rarer medium, which means less density medium compared than diamond. So this is denser medium. This means more density medium compared than R, isn't it? So a light ray that falls surface of the diamond obliquely. This point of view, draw one normal. Okay, so when light goes from optically rather than density, what happens? Speed decreases. So the refractor will move towards the normal, isn't it? Yes. Here, how much time the speed changes? How much time the speed decreases? How much time? Look at here. So here, the refractive index of diamond with respect to R. Okay, with respect to R. But here, R is not given. Okay, because this absolute refractive index, we should mention that. Okay, we should mention, isn't it? In most of the cases, especially in absolute refractive index, the R medium, R refractive medium, okay, should not be mentioned. Okay, we have to mention it, isn't it? Yes. So the refractive index of diamond with respect to R is equal to 2.42. 2.42. So when light goes from R or vacuum into diamond, speed decreases because this is a denser medium. Speed decreases. How much time? 2.42 times speed decreases. That is a meaning. That is a meaning. So when light goes from vacuum or air into diamond, the speed decreases. How much time? It is 2.42 times speed decreases. That is a meaning, isn't it? Yes. This is one type of question. This is very, very important question. Okay. The next one numerical I'm going to write here in the same manner. This is question number 7. The refractive index of ruby. So ruby also one of the transparent material. Ruby is 1.75. So what is mean by this statement? Actually, this is 2014 board question. This is 2014 board question. It's a very important question, isn't it? Yes. So listen. So like this question, like previous question, that question answer also same. Okay, listen here. The refractive index of ruby that is 1.7. 1.7. So what is mean by this statement? Isn't it? So ruby also one of the transparent material. Okay, so that's a two medium. First medium, what is that? This is vacuum, which means R medium. So this is ruby medium. So this is vacuum is optically rarer medium. This is denser medium. That is denser medium. Isn't it? Yes. So when light goes from optically rarer medium to denser medium, what will happen? The speed decreases. Okay, speed decreases due to which the refractor will move towards the normal. Isn't it? How much time the speed decreases? How much time the speed decreases when light goes from vacuum into ruby? That is 1.7 times, because refractive index of ruby with respect to R, which not mentioned that is equal to 1.71. Isn't it? That is equal to 1.71. So when light goes from vacuum into ruby, the speed of the light changes, okay, which means it decreases how much time? 1.71 time decreases, compare than vacuum. Isn't it? Compare than vacuum or air. Isn't it? Here 2.42 times speed decreases compare than air. In this second question, the speed decreases 1.71 times compare than air. Isn't it? So today's class getting over. So in this class we have seen so many especially different types of numericals. Actually, it will be very helpful for you. Okay, these all are board question papers, board questions. Isn't it? You revise again and again. Definitely you can get at least 2 to 3 questions. Okay, from this session what we have seen. Isn't it? So very easy one. We will see you next class. Thank you very much.